Hello everybody, welcome back, another episode of my Feed the Beast series here. Today I actually do remember what we are going to do and kind of forgot at the end of the last episode, but I'll give you a hint. Yeah, I have those, I have a couple singles over there, I have a couple singles up here. We're going to do some storage. What I'm thinking, right back here, cut a little hole into the mountain. That'll give me a chance to, have a bit of room for expanding there. Plus, I was looking at it, from the quarry and such over there, I could run piping underneath here, make it kind of inconspicuous over into there, so I can have some of the stuff from the quarry automatically sorted. As well, I can pull stuff straight from the farm up here, straight down into my storage room. That's what we'll have. First off, though, so I'm going to build this. Apparently it's called Apiarist's Chest. And it's supposed to store a lot of bees. Normally, you can only store as many as you would have. But yeah, see here, I have 5 pages of these little 5x5s for just one chest, which is pretty good considering its size. And it should hold, I mean, it does have information about the species and such that I put over there. That'll be helpful. Like, I can take this, throw it in there, and it shows me little information there about the bees that I've had, as far as I know. However, I'm going to breed this valiant princess again. Okay. Now on to actually getting this set up, which first I'll just go cut down some wood by myself. I'll be right back. Alright, got a ton of chests made after mining a ton of wood, chopping down trees, not mining, and made an ugly little hole here in the corner, cutting into the side of the mountain. This is where we're going to have a little storage room. Instead of cutting by myself into the side of the mountain, like I did with those trees, I'll chat a little bit. So, I don't want this just to be a boring storage room. This is going to have piping, automated crap, all that sort of stuff. Things are going to be sorted by type into different areas of the storage room, and different items we'll get into different chests. For example, we'll have chests where just cobblestone goes straight into a chest. That way, we don't have tons of cobble mixed with other things like gravel and dirt, like what normally happens when you're mining out a ton of crap from like a quarry or just mining in general. And then, other things like ores, we might mix some of the ores, put them into the same chests. But for the most part, like if like say coal ore or just coal in general, will get its own chest because that'll fill up fast, especially with something like a quarry or some good caving where I actually pick up a ton of coal. And then I'm actually going to have another thing set up that I'm going to work on as soon as this is finished. Well, not finished, but as soon as I get this stuff set up, I want to go over and have the piping from the quarry. I want to have a switch, and what a switch will do is set in place a pipe. The pipe will actually push things over into the macerator and then into the furnace. That way I can actually have ores automatically get smelt or automatically get macerated as soon as they get popped out of the quarry. For that I'll need some things like a hopper, and I need to figure out a way of conditionally setting piping. I'm not sure, But if piping can be moved just by sticky piston, then I can do it that way, which would be really cool because I can have these little moving pipes and stuff to change junction points. And I can do it with some of the stuff that I already know how to do. If there's some other way of doing it, I'll look into that as well. Because maybe there's an easier way using maybe a sorting machine or similar. And if that's so, I can do it like that instead. I'm going to use up this stone pickaxe while I have it. Anyway, after that all gets set up at least, I might do a bit of that off camera. I plan on just starting the storage room for the most part, because a lot of this sorting and diamond piping and whatnot, it's tedious, takes a long time, and I might be at this for weeks. So this is more of just, hey, we're starting on this project today, we're getting it ready, but we'll find some other fun things to do in the meantime today, since this is going to be taking a while. Oh, I can tell already that digging this storage room area out is also going to take a while. I've got a nice little square set up here, but we're going to need a bit more room. We're going to need a couple floors. So I'm going to actually start cutting a little bit more of the outline here, and I'll be back to you in a few minutes. Okay, so we have a complete upper floor here. Trying to make this a 9x9 area. I actually realized that I brought this wall out. Back one too far for this first floor, but I can fix that. So I got a trapdoor at the back here. Down to the second floor. This is an exact 9x9 room. And of course, we'll have plenty of stuff in the room. Well, we'll have plenty of room in the walls for plenty of chests and items. My idea is to at least keep most of the major stuff up top, and this will be used as a secondary, not as useful items, as well as storage for things like tons of extra cobble that I'll be getting. And yeah, so this will be our little warehouse for the upper area, which is our actual nice storage area. But this stuff will also all be sorted out, eventually. And then down here, I've started my piping tunnels. I've got this tunnel right here, runs all the way out to just underneath our bridge here. And so I'll have the piping running underneath here, all the way up to here, and in to the bottom of this room here. And underneath this room, as well as up the sides of the walls, is where I'll run all of the piping so that I can have all of the automatic sorting. What it'll be is this first layer, we'll sort it into different little subsets, because that's pretty important. And those subsets will get slowly piped off to the sides and up to their different chests. And then once they get up to the area where they need to be, further diamond piping will sort it out to those specific chests needed. So for example, with the diamond piping, has 9 slots per color. So what we'll do is we'll say, okay, we want, these 9 items to go that way, these 9 items to go that way, these 9 items go that way, and these 9 items go that way, such and such, left and right, until we've used up the 4 main directions, up, down, left, and right. Now the backwards direction will just be blocked off completely. They'll only go forward through the system, but the forward direction will be blank. That way, 2 spaces down the line or 1 space down the line, we can have the system instead have the rest of the items go to another subset of the left, the right, the up, the down, and that way we can slowly siphon off the first sets of items, because there are a ton of items, and every 2 steps or 1 step, depending on how we have the system set up, it'll probably have to be 2 steps, since I'll need to be using stone and cobblestone piping to keep things separate while they're all nice and compact. So every 2 steps, we'll have another subset going off to the left and right, and it's quite possible that this room will get expanded in the future depending on the number of items I am getting. But for now, that's the plan. I'm gonna sleep here so mobs don't come and creepers don't blow up my base. But yeah, that's the plan. We'll have plenty of diamond piping for just setting up that even. Plus every single subset over here where we need to separate into different chests, we'll have to have diamond piping as well. We'll have things like wood might actually go all into the same thing. And the last piece I need is, I do not know where to put it, but I need a dump pipe. Pretty much it'll probably be somewhere around here. I could even just set it next to my bed. But the idea is I could come, have a little pipe sticking out of the floor, and I just just throw tons of crap down onto the ground, and it'll all go straight into the system. Automatically sort, everything goes into the chests they need to be in. I'll have a couple of these around inside the sorting system, probably one over at the house, one over by the mines, and you know, who knows, maybe one down in the caves or something to throw everything up here. And yeah, but that'll be after the quarry has gone all the way down, so I can just run piping straight down and everything. So that's the idea I have for the sorting room. Gonna figure out how I want these things laid out, fix these 2 walls here, and after that I'll be back so that we can get a little bit more done here. Okay, so I've got a little layout here that I quite like. There's just 2 double chests stacked on top of each other. Easy to access both. Right now I've been throwing cobble into here from my quarry so that it doesn't get completely overfilled. I just have a single stone block back there. Nice little roof of double slabs up there, or half slabs I should say. 2 half slabs. I've just been doing to build this out. Just cut 2 here, 3 here, 3 here. Throw the chest in here, make sure they're all facing the same way because I'm OCD like that. Pop the other 2 down, and then I can just throw my half slabs in here and a block in the front. So that's just how this is going to be for now. I'm going to work on some little aesthetics and stuff later once I actually have this all set up and prepared. But yeah, that's pretty much the idea behind that. I'm going to go over into a creative world because I wanted to test some things out to figure out a good way of doing this sorting system. I want the overflow to go from here into here. What that means is if this is completely full of stone, I want the next stone to go in here. I don't want it to split between both chests. I want it to go from one to the next. But for that, you know, most pipes, they just split in half. They do a 50%, 50% one, 50% the other, you know? So this will act as kind of our input. If you see here, throw an item in there, the actual pipes will just come in from there. But see, if you throw items in there, they stack up here, none of them go down there. Now, I can just throw as many as I want down here. That's enough. As you can see, they all enter this top chest, none of them enter the bottom. However, if I throw these grass blocks in, you'll note that the chest was full of grass. I'm sorry, it was full of stone, so there is actually no way that the grass blocks can fit into it. And I don't want these items to just despawn from falling on the ground. So, nothing here, but you see that they've all landed in here. What I've done here is I've just gone underneath the chest, and underneath this input pipe, what happens is if this is full, they just drop out. So what it is, put another obsidian pipe below it to pick up those items that drop. It'll come over, pump it into this chest, and we've got it good there. Now I figure for the second floor beneath this, what we can do, just come down here, and we can find a way to maybe set it up to have another set here, and pump it back down to, you know, the lower floor of chests, just in case this one fills up as well. That way the overflow works properly. Luckily, I only need to do that for a couple, but yeah. That's what I'm gonna do that's my idea pretty much for the entire sorting system for how they're actually gonna be pumped into the chests. And this, like I said, this will actually just be the actual sorting input. You know, come back to something like this, and then the diamond pipe or whatever. That'll come back and pump over into here. But yeah, that's the plan. Should work out pretty well. I can't think of another way to do this cleanly with the Buildcraft pipes. I'm not sure if some of the other pipe types actually work a little bit better for this. I know there's the pneumatic pipes and such, but I like the Buildcraft pipes, and they're easy to make because I can get plenty of sand and glass easy, and I'll have tons of cobblestone and stone from that quarry. I've already filled up a double chest, and the obsidian shouldn't be too hard to get either. The only expensive part of it will be diamonds, but I think, you know, an energy-based an energy-based system with an automatic sorter, you know, would cost more in the long run because of energy than just, you know, a little bit of diamonds to make the piping for this. So I'll go back and I'll start setting up more of the stuff, and you can see my progress. Alright, now I've got a bit of this cut out behind here. Nice little room for the piping. The way to keep this sorted, I think, is I'm going to have the top floor all use stone transport pipe, and the bottom floor will all use cobblestone. I might end up using a little bit more stone than cobblestone, but it's just how I think will make it feel more organized for me, at least. So to lay some of this down, the bottom room is going to be down here, so 1 second. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4. That is the floor of the bottom room is right here. We go down 1 and 2. Let's get some light in here so mobs don't spawn when we're not around. And this should take me right to that original tunnel I built underneath this to get out. Okay, I guess I counted wrong. But that's alright. Extra room isn't an issue. Not here, at least. So, this is going to pipe back to here. Down. Back. And farther down. Now I gotta move this. And that's where that'll go. And then we can just mess around with this for a second. A cobblestone transport pipe. So if that's okay, yeah, that's why I messed wrong. This is the floor of the other one. So we've got the roof, which is 1, 2, 3, 4. So this should take me right in to our storage room. Okay, so if, for example, there was a chest here and here, I'll just throw them in place anyway. Then my cobblestone transport pipe will come right here, lead into that, and come down here right in front of it. And this is why I'm going to actually have more room laid out, because as you can see, I've already gotten it quite cramped in here, and I've only gotten one set of pipes in. But yeah, that's the base idea around this. I'm going to need a second row. It's actually a good idea that I did this every other spacing. That way I'll have room to get around down here and up and through all this piping and all that stuff. Yes, the quarry is filling up with cobblestone quite fast. Pretty soon here I'll need the overflow just to keep it going. And I just realized that this one is a little bit redundant considering this is going to be the overflow for this chest, as that is my cobblestone chest. I always do cobble first because I always end up with so much. Let's fix this here because I don't like that. Where did my stone go? Oh, I used all my stone on pipes. Okay. Anyway, I want it like that because I OCD. Well, there we go for that. I need to get a bit more piping as far as the cobblestone piping goes. Get this set up a little bit farther and run this all the way here. But yeah, I just need to get more piping for setting this up, and can be right back with you guys when I've got a little bit more progress done. Alright, so got a little bit of work done down here, as you can see. Cleared out some space, started laying the pipes, and it's looking pretty good actually. I'm gonna have to figure out what to do for sorting on the ones for not having to. But I would think I'll do for those is I'll set a diamond pipe here, and I'll have a cobblestone pipe coming out the bottom for when I want two separate things. But that, I need to figure out how I want to sort items before I start doing that. The only one I left blank was because I knew I want cobblestone for these rows. But yeah, I got a ton of chests, ton of pipe laid, and really that's about all the progress I was hoping to make today. And that's going to be the end of the episode, but before we go, I have a little bit of surprise. Gotta go get something for it. I even braved the dangers of the night to bring this to you guys. Let's see if I know how to make it. Oh yeah, look at this. If anybody's ever played Portal, you should know what this does. I can do that. Pop this here. Ugh. Wow. Lag. Ugh. How about I put this on a flat surface? Like that. Okay. Now, there we go. Look at that. Yeah, my computer apparently doesn't handle this very well. Yeah. It's pretty awesome though. Okay, I'm gonna go rest. Both in the game and real life. Yeah, thank you guys for watching. If you like this video, make sure to press that like button. If you want to see more, make sure you subscribe. And that's everything. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys next time.